Welcome everyone to Star Wars Episode 10, written by AI Part 2. I'm Matt. I'm going to be emceeing a little bit, but I won't be narrating. We'll bring Sean in a second. We've got a lot to get through for this stream. If you haven't watched Part 1, what the hell are you doing here? Go back and watch it, and then you can come in and watch this another time. Before we jump through any of the other housekeeping, though, I just want to let you know that before we start the stream, we're going to introduce everyone, and they're going to talk through the parts that they are playing, and then we'll also play a very short recap so that anyone who has seen it but can't quite remember what happened, because it did make a lot of sense, you'll get a little bit of an idea of what happened. So there'll be about 5 minutes of that at the start of the stream, and very, very quickly before I start welcoming our cast in, comments, super chats, all those things, we love them, we appreciate them. I mean, we've already got one super chat here, Sleep of Giants. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy the live chat. It's there for you all, so have fun in there. Keep it clean though, keep it respectful. Yeah, we'll take breaks at natural points. So Sean will let us know when a scene has ended and it's time for us to have a little breather, and we'll scour through some of the comments then. And make sure that you're sticking around till the end of this, because we've got a bunch of special announcements that we're going to be making. And then after those, we'll have a bit of a Q&A. So if there's anything that you really want to know and you don't want it to get lost in the live chat, maybe save that for the end. So without further ado, I'm going to start bringing everyone in so that you can meet our cast once more. And we're going to do this alphabetically. So let's start with Alex.
What's up?
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm excited. I'm excited to keep going. I don't know if Jedi Jar Jar comes back.
You don't know?
I'm just waiting to see if I have to do that voice again.
I'm not going to answer it. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Officer Drooly, KYLO Ren again, and a character known as the Shadow.
Ooh, very mysterious. All right, now let's bring in Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice from Force Toast, a Star Wars Happy Hour podcast. I am playing, so many. Leia. I've got the redheaded Jedi Jessica. Little bit of R2 as my strainer, and a surprise.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And Charlie.
Oh, hey. Hello, everyone.
Who are you playing, Charlie?
I am playing C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and some other mystery characters, including one called Scarred Man. So make that of what you will.
Oh, and where are you from as well? How can people find you?
You can find me at the Imperial Senate podcast and on Twitter at CMWASHBY.
Awesome. Now let's bring in one of your co-hosts, Claire.
Oh, who, me?
Oh,
Hi.
yes, you. Hi.
Hey, everybody. I'm Clare. I am playing CHEWBACCA, AHSOKA, and everyone's favorite character, Youngling 2. Everyone's been waiting for that one to happen, so get ready, guys. And you can catch me on the Imperial Senate podcast with Charlie and another person who will be on the stream, and then catch me on Kessel Run Transmissions.
Awesome. All right, let's bring in one of the Broaxium men. I'd say that is Chris. Hello, Chris.
What's going on, guys? Chris from Broaxium. I will be playing Finn, who is incredibly confused and loves all the ladies, like all the ladies. Yeah. And I'm playing also ORD TR'ACAR, who is also not confusing. I'm just confused about that character.
Which voice are you going with for ORD?
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, God. All right, let's welcome in your co-host. Hey, Dan.
Hey, I'm Daniel Miller from Broaxium, and I'm going to be Anakin Skywalker. And I think he's the bad guy. I'm pretty sure he's a bad guy. I don't know. I'm also confused like Finn. But some other mystery characters. I can't wait for you guys to see them.
Awesome.
Have you read it, Dan?
Oh, I've gone down that road.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, well, I'm Laura. I'm from the Nerds of Color. Yeah, and I'll be playing Rose TICO and a special secret character.
Oh, I can't wait for the secret character because I know who it is. Obviously, I know who it is. I'd be worried if I didn't know who it is. All right, who have we got left? We got Molly. Hey, Molly.
Hello. Molly Damon, counterpart to this one. You can find me on Star Wars Explained and at Molly Damon on Twitter, and I will be playing Rey. She will probably want to say her name a lot. And someone called Grank.
Grank is going to be the breakout star of this stream. I swear. All right, and Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
What's up, everyone? I'm Nikki, the final piece of the Imperial Senate podcast puzzle. And I am playing Poe Dameron and the one and only Nick Cormier.
That is the best character voice ever.
Oh, it is. And hi, I'm Matt. So I'm going to be playing the headmaster when I'm wearing the Pope hat, and Maul when I'm wearing Maul. Should make sense. Should be easy to spot. There's also one line as a guard. I'm not going to wear a costume for that because I think he says one word. Now, I'm going to get the hell out of here and introduce our narrator. And when he's done introducing himself, we will play the recap. And as soon as the recap is done, which ends with a fade out on Charlie's face, we will get started with the table read.
Hello, my name's Sean. I'm the other half of Blue Bantha Milk Co. And I will be your narrator this evening. And I have lots and lots and lots of things to say. So, yeah, Matt, let's do it, baby. Let's get going. Because I'm ready.
Master Ray Skywalker! Master Ray Skywalker!
How are you, 3PO?
CHEWBACCA cuts 3PO off.
It's okay, Chewie. We'll have the main hall ready in time for the Chancellor Public election and for the new student arrivals. Did you order the finger food?
The group turn and look out of the stunning archway of the Jedi Academy to see a smoke plume over the distant tree line and a group of new students at the door. Cadet ORD TR'ACAR walks among the Padawan learners.
We just love playing with explosives.
This student is Nick Cormier.
Indeed.
The entire room stops to look at Padawan Anakin. The headmaster of the Jedi Academy enters.
Your teacher is here, Master 3PO.
This is unacceptable.
Then 3PO, who is trying to eat a gingerbread man, does a tiny bit of an udder noise and jumps to his feet.
There's toasters in this universe?
3PO holds his gingerbread close.
For thousands of years, an ancient being called the Emperor has watched over the galaxy. He is a prime example of the good people can do and the evil people can do.
3PO, the dough is burning!
CHEWBACCA and R2 arrive at the site of the explosion to find Finn, Poe Dameron, and Rose TICO.
They came out of nowhere.
Beep, beep.
A large group of armed aliens cheer. Their leader is Jar Jar Jedi.
It is true!
The pride and glory of the Yuuzhan Vong is within our reach.
Rey and her team of Finn, Rose, Poe, CHEWBACCA, and 3PO stealthily advance on Jar Jar Jedi, the Gungan warlord.
I am trained in unarmed combat.
A fellow Jedi named Luke Skywalker was on this planet. He's already fought a big battle there. I know you're not from here, but you can help him finish what he started.
Ray!
I'm a Jedi, and I came to help, not to make things float.
Balance is a joke, a trick. You're just going to make things worse.
I am also a Skywalker. And your brother.
Rey tries to kiss Finn. Rey struggles to kiss Finn.
I am no one's brother.
Darth Maul appears, walks towards another figure. It is Kylo Ren.
This boy will bring ruin to all that you hold dear.
You do not stand a chance.
Kylo Ren begins to lean into Vader to kiss him. Rey grabs hold of Kylo Ren.
I am your father.
We need to get back to the capital.
What if they bring the fight to us?
In the middle of the stairs, the Force Ghost of AHSOKA TANO appears beside the characters. Blocking their path is Captain Phasma.
Where's the Force-sensitive kid?
They are not Jedi.
So now we're under attack by Phasma's forces that were once led by the evil Emperor. If we can get out of here, we can get home to Maz Kanata and protect the capital.
You go to Maz Kanata. We'll head to the Jedi Academy.
Poe and R2 stand in the doorway waiting for Maz to answer.
Beep boop bop.
I know, it's been a while.
The door opens to reveal Maz Kanata.
Candidates were all killed, and we lost the students.
You never visit anymore since BB-8 died in the horrible accident.
Padawan Anakin has fallen asleep under the tables in the Great Hall of the Jedi Academy.
Stay away from Padawan Anakin.
I am Anakin.
Nick Cormier and the headmaster come down the stairs.
What shall we learn?
And I have been here all night.
ORD TR'ACAR has been nowhere to be seen all night.
But I've been here all night.
They don't know that I am here.
I will teach you all the dark side of the Force, and you will learn what it means to have unlimited power!
We will show you no mercy.
Padawan Anakin dodges the blade. 3PO jumps on top of ORD TR'ACAR, and he starts to scratch him with his razor-sharp fingernails. A shrouded warrior walks down the stairs and stands facing Padawan Anakin. It is Jar Jar Jedi.
Well, you got the bigger eyes, see?
Listen, I know you're trying to be tough, but you have to give up.
I've been playing both sides!
You cannot play both sides. You love 3PO. Look at 3PO.
I'm coming with you!
A red-headed human Jedi, Jessica, enters the room and slashes Jar Jar Jedi's hand off.
Let go, you skeevy degenerate.
You're no Jedi!
I'm not your Jedi.
I'm not your Jedi either.
Anakin rushes over and stabs Jar Jar Jedi with a vibroblade.
I will stay here with Chewie and watch my ex die slowly.
Rose laughs.
Okay, I have a question. Is Jar Jar Jedi Rose's ex?
Yeah.
Yes. Multiple space vehicles containing Anakin, Jessica, Nick Cormier, Phasma, Finn, AHSOKA, the Headmaster, and ORD TR'ACAR all hurtle through space towards a Final Order Star Destroyer.
Shoot them down! Shoot them down!
Trust in the Force, Finn. We're about to dock.
Once we're inside, we need to find Phasma and whoever's pulling her strings.
Those are our enemies. They are part of the Final Order.
And you must find the one hope we've all been waiting for. Anakin Skywalker.
Finn shoots Phasma through the neck.
Yeah.
She collapses to the ground and is finally dead.
Final Order is behind all of it.
The Final Order never stops ordering.
Who is in command?
The Emperor.
A new Emperor?
Yes.
I have a feeling I'm about to get even more than I've already gotten.
I will return more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Part 2. Interior, Star Destroyer ventilation shaft. Anakin, Jessica, and Nick Cormier crawl through the narrow duct, using the Force to guide them to their destination. When Anakin closes his eyes, a beacon of red light can be seen in the distance, and they move towards it. They know at the end of this path they will find the treacherous duo of the Headmaster and ORD TR'ACAR, and the answers they seek will be discovered either the easy way or via aggressive negotiations.
This is where the plan is unfolding. I can sense it in the Force. But it doesn't tell me what this place is.
The weapons here are protected by shield generators. It's a weapons depot, not just for your finds, but for several other military facilities. I think it's a big one. I think it's as big as one of the Union's largest gun planets. They've been stockpiling weapons for the inevitable final offensive.
That means they must plan to wipe out most of the Union's forces or the planet. Psh.
The Union's military wouldn't even stand a chance. That was the plan all along.
They reach the end of the duct and open a hatch on the side. They can see the towering platform where the shield generators are housed. It's held in place by a massive piece of metal known as a gear. The gear is latched onto the shield generators.
There's a console below the shield generator, but our fate is likely in the hands of Boss's chance cube. It seems that this is the Boss's operation.
ORD TR'ACAR, he's no Padawan, but if he's here, then I'll risk my life to kill him.
They reach the vent above the shield generator. When they open the hatch, they can see ORD TR'ACAR lying on his back, relaxing. He smiles as he chokes 2 officers, both wearing brown uniforms. They are hovering over him. Behind him, cargo boxes containing heavy weapons. The boxes are labeled with pictures of the long dead Zero the Hutt.
I sent you there. Give me a moment to finish playing with my food, will you?
Using the Force, ORD TR'ACAR snaps the necks of his officers. His jaw opens wide, wider than possible for any humanoid, and he swallows the bodies whole.
Now I am ready to fight all 3 of you.
ORD TR'ACAR, get in your ship and get out of here. This is your last chance, traitor.
Anakin, Jessica, and Nick Cormier drop from the ventilation shaft. A box of heavy weapons is knocked and falls to the floor and explodes. The room is filled with tracers. ORD TR'ACAR leaps to his feet, lunges at Jessica. She fights back, evades his strike, and punches him. A whip of blue light arcs from her wrist, cutting through his helmet and going right through his stomach. He collapses.
If the ship goes down, no matter what happens to him, at least he's dead. There's nothing you can do to save him.
I still have a plan where no kids are slaughtered so that my hatred would be greater. And our allies are holed up planetside because they think the whole planet is in danger. So I'm going to make a pact with the headmaster.
ORD TR'ACAR stirs and blinks. His eyes open. He laughs and waves his hand. The shields holding the shield generator come apart and the sections fall. The entire structure shudders and teeters to its feet. Suddenly, the shield is torn from the base of the tower, knocking Jessica into the open air. Anakin is thrown from the exploding generator, and a hot slice of molten metal is fired into his back.
This is it. Jessica, stay behind me.
No, follow my lead. I can hold him off long enough to bring you in.
They run towards a nearby shaft. ORD TR'ACAR blocks their way with a purple and violet lightsaber. He swings, but Anakin dodges. Trying to find his weak point, he attacks again. A lightsaber blade rises and cuts at Nick Cormier. He follows her movements and closes the space, sandwiching her. He swings again. Jessica blocks with her deflector as a thunderous boom shatters the area around them. ORD TR'ACAR vanishes in a torrent of blue and purple light, which envelops everything in black. Jessica and Nick Cormier plunge into the darkness. Anakin follows. They fall into a factory room. Another explosion echoes through the shaft above. Anakin senses movement, but it is far away. He turns and sees what he believes is ORD TR'ACAR stepping from the cover of the machinery to come after him. He is invisible. He jumps behind a gear wheel and slashes. He is not there.
ORD TR'ACAR, come on!
ORD TR'ACAR arrives, levitating, pulling his lightsaber out from under his hood. He lands silently beside Nick Cormier. He raises his blade and his eyes go white, and he is overwhelmed by the dark side of the Force.
Traitor!
Help!
ORD TR'ACAR slices Nick Cormier across the back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anakin rushes forward and tries to pass ORD TR'ACAR. Nick Cormier is out cold. He wraps her in his cape, grabs his lightsaber, and goes to attack ORD TR'ACAR. A barrier of energy disrupts his attack, and ORD TR'ACAR follows it with a killing blow to the back of Nick Cormier's head. Using the Force, ORD TR'ACAR throws Nick Cormier into the nearby emergency generator and disappears. ORD TR'ACAR, Jessica, and Anakin are alone in the shaft. ORD TR'ACAR bends down to look into Anakin's eyes. Anakin thinks of Luke, and then he looks past ORD TR'ACAR's lightsaber and sees Jessica rushing towards them, blade drawn.
ORD, get away from him.
Anakin jumps back. ORD TR'ACAR, however, is indifferent.
I did not come alone.
He gestures to a cloaked figure on the far side of the factory. Anakin cocks his head and looks at ORD TR'ACAR. He opens his mouth to say something. ORD TR'ACAR slices Jessica down with his lightsaber. He falls to the ground and is unconscious, but only wounded. She appears to have not hit her head.
She just happens to be my friend.
I doubt your friends will continue to aid you.
What's wrong with you?
Anakin attacks.
So many.
ORD TR'ACAR blocks and steps backward.
Why don't you fight back?
I am no further use here. I have one last gift to give you.
Gift? What gift?
The figure makes its way up the shaft. Anakin turns to the side and sees a blue force carrying Jessica away. He looks back at ORD TR'ACAR. The figure is now beside him, holding out a red lightsaber. Anakin looks at ORD TR'ACAR, at the figure, and back at ORD TR'ACAR. Then he quickly grabs the red lightsaber and attacks again.
Just give it to me. I'll be fine.
Do you think you'll be fine?
I'll be fine.
ORD TR'ACAR lunges forward to attack, and the figure intercepts him and slices him across the arm with his own saber. ORD TR'ACAR lets out a terrible cry as the air is knocked out of his lungs.
But I did everything.
The figure releases a series of powerful blasts of force energy, and one of them knocks ORD TR'ACAR out cold.
We have to get out of here.
The blue force materializes. It is Rey.
I've got her.
Anakin, Rey, and Jessica are on the ground. They look up and see the cloaked figure watching them for a moment before it force jumps up and out of the room.
ORD TR'ACAR, how is he still alive?
Rey looks around. Jessica is lying down, having recovered. ORD TR'ACAR is slumped over the ground, almost dead.
You were former First Order, I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Ord, I trusted you.
ORD TR'ACAR collapses, seemingly asleep. Rey turns her attention to Anakin and walks towards him.
Just tell me why you're here.
This isn't your lightsaber, is it?
Rey is furious. Anakin turns to Jessica and utters her name.
Come on, Jessica. It doesn't matter what you do. Rey, you can't win. Oh, whoops.
We have to. He'll kill us all.
Rey pulls the lightsaber out from under Anakin's cloak. Rey examines it. It's a Sith lightsaber. Anakin snatches it from her.
We're not coming. We're leaving. Now.
Oh, we can't.
Listen to me. You have to fight. This lightsaber is poisoning you with dark side energy.
Anakin attempts to move towards Jessica. Rey pushes him away. Anakin turns to Jessica. Rey places her hand on his face and caresses his cheek.
Just trust me. Come back.
Anakin struggles.
Why?
Rey is right. We need to fight. We need you back.
Anakin explodes.
You all right?
Anakin stands up, revealing a much more distinctive and familiar face. Padawan Anakin is Anakin Skywalker.
I am back.
Tell me why you're here. How did you come back?
I was never meant to be here. The Force never needed me to be here. My son was supposed to finish the war, not to have me return to the fight.
Anakin's face crumples, revealing his true face for the first time, with a few defining scar marks to indicate that it's the same man he once was.
The war's not over, but my time is meant to be over. I didn't want to harm anyone, but my time is not done.
Anakin crumples to the floor and cries. Rey kneels next to him and comforts him.
We need to get out of here. There's a villain to defeat. My mother's dead.
Rey becomes angry at her own past reveal. Anakin takes her hand.
We all need to get out of here. This place is toxic with dark force energy.
Anakin is strangely resistant to the dark force, to the dark side energy inside him. He rips his shirt open and begins to force it into his mouth.
Listen to me. We can still defeat this. We can still save the galaxy.
Hey, Rey. Nice to meet you.
Raid Jedi.
Yeah, just one moment.
Interior. Star Destroyer prison cell. Night. Finn is imprisoned. The Force ghost of Ahsoka appears and engages the guards outside the cells in the adjoining corridor. Ahsoka notices Finn watching. A Gamorrean guard attacks Ahsoka with a weapon, but it passes through her. There is another freeze frame. A shot of Ahsoka trying to break the guard. Anakin is holding down the guard, but she is getting frustrated.
Oh, okay. There's no avoiding it.
You will comply.
Ahsoka is using the Force to have her way with the guard.
That's a dangerous move.
The guard is starting to break free.
There's no room for failure here.
Ahsoka jumps to her feet and lands a hard kick to the guard's face. Finn thinks this is great and gives Ahsoka a thumbs up. Ahsoka lands another hard kick to the guard's head. Finn cheers, and then cheers even harder. Ahsoka throws the final guard to the floor. Finn turns to Ahsoka and gestures with his hands.
The Force.
Ahsoka is using the Force to lift the final guard off the floor. The guard explodes.
Oh my god.
Finn flies off the walls of the room in a hurry and lands on the cell bed.
Ahsoka, you okay?
Ahsoka flings the pieces of debris to the side. Finn sees Ahsoka holding her lightsaber.
No, I'm not okay, Finn.
Where are we going?
You can't be here.
Ahsoka stares into Finn's eyes as she opens the cell door with the Force. The door slams shut as a siren begins to blare from Finn's body.
Finn, we're not going to die.
Who said we're going to die?
I'm not going to kill you.
So be it.
Ahsoka throws her lightsaber to the side, and Finn and Ahsoka fall to the ground. Ahsoka is leaning over Finn.
Ahsoka, you promised.
Finn, I told you, we can't be here.
She stares into Finn's eyes.
Finn, you promised.
Finn is firing his blaster bolts from his body. Ahsoka is crouched on the ground, but not moving.
Ahsoka, I told you to go back to the rebels.
Finn, you can't do this.
Just leave here.
Ahsoka slowly stands up.
Finn, this is my fault. I have to do it.
She smiles at Finn. Ahsoka has some kind of device. Finn stares at it, confused.
This device will keep you alive.
Why? Why would you do this?
Finn, you're the only one who could be this strong.
Finn stares.
You are strong, Finn. The light side of the Force is in you. You are one of the best I have ever seen.
Finn stares.
I don't believe you.
I believe in you. You are a Jedi. I have been watching you. You are strong, Finn. The light side of the Force is in you. You are one of the best I have ever seen. Now, I'll let you know when you are strong enough.
But what about you, General?
I am not a general. I'm just a general's daughter.
You're a general.
Maybe.
What about me?
You want to be the general? You're not ready.
Finn stares. Ahsoka shoots a weapon into Finn's arm.
How's that?
Ouch!
Finn, I have one more thing to show you.
Show me what?
What your destiny is. Are you ready to save the day?
Finn stares.
Finn, you're the only one who can be this strong.
Finn stares at her.
Yes.
Ahsoka grabs Finn and starts to cut his hair with her gauntlet lightsaber.
Jedi!
Finn stares at her as she slices his hair.
Listen, you're strong enough.
Finn stares at her as she locks her hair into his hair. As they finish, suddenly, 2 holograms appear, revealing themselves as Grank, a Duros, and Agent Drooly, a Zabrak, from Planetside.
You're using 2/3 of the other life force charges we have.
But I only have a third.
Let me see.
Drooly pretends to look at Grank.
There you go.
A power cell appears in Grank's hands, and he tosses it into the air. Seconds later, it lands at the cell doorway. Finn gasps. Grank makes a ta-da gesture.
Ta-da!
The cell doors slowly open.
We must go. I've never seen anything like this.
And you want to be a Jedi Knight?
The holograms end. Finn grabs the cell as they exit through the door.
They're never going to catch us. Come on, Ahsoka. We need to think of a plan.
Ahsoka and Finn start to think of a plan.
Okay, here is what we're going to do. We will blow up the ship and then fly it out of the system as it enters hyperspace. Then we will go back to the Senate and inform them.
Ahsoka is grabbing her lightsaber. Finn is searching for a weaponized console. They have a set of explosives inside the power cell.
This is what they get for attacking us like this.
A rough shot of Ahsoka flicking on a piece of debris from her shoulder, facing the corridor. Finn finger gun points at Ahsoka and throws a drink can at Ahsoka. A shot of Ahsoka looking up, smiling.
What a night.
I've got a thirst.
Ahsoka suddenly screams in terror as something drops from the ceiling onto Ahsoka's head. A vicious look spreads across her face. Finn runs to her. Ahsoka is fine. A shadowy figure stands before them. He is recognizable as not the same person as ORD TR'ACAR, but his voice is very similar. It is the headmaster.
I have someone I want you to meet.
Okay. Should we take a quick breather on that one?
Yeah.
At the end of that scene.
I love when this turned into like a beer commercial for a second.
Staring at me.
The AI definitely decided what it wanted there, just constantly, just like, I don't know what to do, so Finn can just be staring.
Hashtag Finn stares.
Finn stares.
Yeah.
How many people exploded in that last read through?
Oh god, not enough.
I
More
peeled
than
my
a-
face off and exploded. A lot happening.
Yeah.
Shoved your
I
shirt in
can't
your
believe
mouth.
I died.
Oh,
Hold on,
so sad.
I got to bring that back up. Just the
ready.
Anakin ripping his shirt open.
And then eating it. Eating it was.
Just shoving it into his mouth.
Where Ben gets it from.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Right,
Oh.
ready?
Oops,
Ready.
2 seconds. Hold on. Let me
Last-
just get. We've just had 2 more come in. Thank you. And
Thank you for the super chats.
thank you so much.
Oh, we all deserve Oscars, yeah.
Oh god.
Most
Oscar is
Alright.
some
best-
weird guy who lives around the corner, man. Sorry, that
Okay.
was really bad.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
Interior, Star Destroyer hallway. Anakin, Rey, and Jessica walk cautiously along the quiet hallway. Suddenly, they see 2 figures and one glowing blue figure ahead. It is Finn and Ahsoka, escorted at lightsaber point by the headmaster.
You are too young to wield the power of the dark side. You are not the chosen one yet.
Anakin's lightsaber begins to glow red, and energy starts to slowly build up around it. Suddenly, Anakin slams his hand down on the hilt, and the blue light that is running around the hilt is revealed. Anakin strikes outwards and lands on the headmaster's Anakin strikes outwards and lands on the headmaster's outstretched hand, severing it.
Oh, you are the chosen one! I have someone for you to meet!
Interior, TIE Fighter, night. A holographic projector in the cockpit projects Chewbacca running into view as the TIE Fighter slowly drifts towards the Star Destroyer. Chewbacca is holding 3PO. Poe sits in the cockpit, following 3PO and Chewbacca's instructions for repairing R2.
Right now, they are near our homeworld. It's a trap.
3PO, there's a chance that they'll just shoot us down. And then what?
That thing is a trap. You have to move quickly. Attach the red wire, then get to a safe distance. Now.
Poe holds R2 and a red wire in his hands. He attaches it.
I can't get to a safe distance.
Now, you'll need a code to shut down the memory door. A code that only a Jedi knows.
Poe looks at C-3PO, who is impersonating William Shatner.
I am 3PO. My perspective is 100% entirely brilliant. I'm a Jedi. You are a general. I'm Jedi strong. We make the tie.
What's the code?
3PO sends him the code. Poe enters it, and R2 whirs back to life. Poe throws down his keypad.
Now, I must take out that Star Destroyer.
No, Master Poe should not go in first. A Jedi's first instinct is to look after their Padawans. I must go after them. Do be careful. Don't be too rough with any prisoners.
Chewbacca ends the transmission. Interior, Star Destroyer, private quarters, night. Anakin, Rey, Jessica, Finn, and Ahsoka make their way through the halls to get to a large, elaborately decorated office. The headmaster is behind them, lightsaber in hand. They are facing the Emperor Palpatine. The Emperor Palpatine of the Yuuzhan Vong.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
It has been a time of turmoil in the galaxy.
I have seen the news.
There has been a horrible tragedy. All the candidates for the position of Chancellor were killed.
In response to your very important action, we have come to serve as peacekeepers, and you have come to serve as...
leader.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There is a pause. Palpatine gives Finn an evil grin.
What great ambition do you have that you bring a fight to the Yuuzhan Vong amidst our attack?
What attack?
A big monkey war.
A big monkey war? What?
Anakin, look over there. I think I found your friends.
A hologram appears, projecting a giant monkey-like creature lumbering across the floor towards a gang of students at the Jedi Academy.
Hi, I found your friends. Can I pet them?
The creature picks up the screaming students.
Meat. I'm not too sure about this.
It looks like the creature just ate the students, but a mace flies into its mouth. Chewbacca jumps onto the creature's head. Chewie and Rose pull the creature's head clean off.
Oh my god.
This will make a fine addition to my collection.
Palpatine ends the transmission.
Oh well, I have millions more.
Okay, now this is a big problem. We can't let him bring his monkeys here.
Palpatine uses his force beam and pulls Finn and Jessica away from Ahsoka. They try to get back to Ahsoka. Palpatine gives Ahsoka a hard punch, knocking her to the ground.
I felt that.
Be careful, Ahsoka Tano.
Ray, I think the Vong know you know their secret. You should tell them to show themselves.
Palpatine reaches forward to grab Rey. Anakin keeps his cool and holds out his lightsaber. Palpatine stops. He takes the lightsaber from Anakin's hand.
You are too young to wield the power of the dark side. You are not yet the chosen one.
What's the point of fighting this if you are leaving us to our fate?
We can't run. This is the best option we have.
No, no, no. This is the worst option. They can't beat us. This is your fault.
Anakin kicks out at Palpatine and the headmaster, and they are forced backwards, dropping their lightsabers. Light gathers around Anakin's lightsaber and energy starts to build up. He kneels down, and as it begins to reach the maximum energy level, Anakin throws his lightsaber up into the air and down towards one side of the room, and a huge blast of black energy shoots out into the other side of the room. The headmaster leaps to advance on Anakin, but is pushed away by the black void of a warp storm. It hurts his ribs.
How could this have happened?
Palpatine attacks Anakin, Rey, Ahsoka, and Finn.
I thought we were just going to die.
Palpatine kicks Finn to the ground and stabs him with a vibroblade. Finn falls to the floor.
What's up with your ugly, sharp-toothed face?
Palpatine laughs as he stabs Jessica with the vibroblade. She slides out of the way and drops her lightsaber to the floor. Anakin falls to the ground.
What do you think you're doing?
Palpatine smiles and stabs Anakin with the vibroblade. Anakin rolls away from the vibroblade and gets back up. He pulls out a two-handed lightsaber on the Emperor.
It's a lightsaber.
Palpatine smiles as he shatters the lightsaber.
Dude, you're really gonna make a lousy Jedi.
Palpatine's eyes narrow and he smiles. He grabs Anakin by his jacket and holds him in the air. He runs his finger across Anakin's face.
I'm no threat to you.
Palpatine smiles.
Can't you see? I'm not even alive.
Palpatine laughs and pushes Anakin to the ground. Palpatine laughs and gets on top of Anakin. He wraps Anakin up in the wings of his cloak and holds him upside down.
Dude, what are you doing?
Palpatine laughs and makes a slithering sound as he holds Anakin upside down. Rey jumps on his back.
And now I'm going to show you something that will probably kill you.
No!
Palpatine yells in anger and throws Anakin. Anakin rolls on his back and gets back up. Palpatine is rolling on the floor, screaming as Rey punches him. Anakin rushes over to Jessica.
Stop him.
And if I do, I'm going to kick his ass so hard it breaks his teeth.
Anakin screams in pain and tries to get up. Jessica pushes Anakin away as Anakin laughs and looks up.
Calm down, Anakin.
Calm down. Calm down. Yeah, right. I need to act like a madman.
Palpatine cackles and throws Rey at Anakin. He grabs a bolt of lightning off the wall. He runs to Anakin and shoots it at Anakin.
You think that's funny?
No.
Then come on. Give me the bolt.
It's a dangerous.
There's nothing that's gonna kill me.
The bolt could fry you.
And how exactly am I supposed to get it?
You can't.
How's that?
You said that you don't have a brain.
I do not have a brain.
How do you know that?
Because you think I don't.
Palpatine grabs another bolt of lightning off the wall and runs at Anakin, swinging the bolt at him. Anakin dodges the bolt by rolling to the ground.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Palpatine smiles and shoots bolts at Anakin again. Anakin dodges the bolts by rolling off of the ground.
Want to see something that's going to kill me?
Palpatine smiles and swings the bolt at Anakin again. Rey pushes Anakin to the ground.
Calm down. Calm down. It's going to kill you.
Let me get up and get it.
You're going to kill yourself.
Let me up!
No, you're going to kill yourself.
It's for a good reason.
Palpatine turns back to Anakin.
What are you waiting for?
Palpatine smiles and pulls out another bolt of lightning from the wall. He grabs Anakin by the feet and whips Anakin around in the air. The bolt knocks Rey off of her feet. She gets back up on her feet and grabs the bolt. Rey throws the bolt at the Emperor, but he dodges it and kicks Anakin in the gut and drops him to the ground.
Pathetic.
Ahsoka and Rey run at the Emperor. Rey throws a bolt of lightning and swings it at the Emperor. Palpatine dodges it and kicks Rey in the stomach, sending Rey flying. Palpatine smiles and turns around. Palpatine laughs and throws a bolt of lightning at Rey. She dodges it. Palpatine kicks Rey in the stomach and sends her flying back. Anakin rolls over and gets back up. Palpatine runs at Anakin and swings a bolt of lightning again. Anakin dodges it and lands on the ground with his back facing the Emperor. Anakin gets to his knees and jumps up, takes the bolt of lightning in his hand, and runs at Palpatine. Palpatine grabs Anakin by the neck and flings him into the wall.
Are you done?
You idiot. Why didn't you use the bolt of lightning and knock him out?
Rey looks down and sees the bolt of lightning lying on the ground.
Here.
Rey passes Anakin the lightning. Anakin stuffs it into Palpatine's mouth.
No. Are you done?
Palpatine is dying.
You are the chosen one.
Palpatine sucks Rey, Ahsoka, and Anakin into the warp storm.
Oh.
Finn and Jessica remain in the Emperor's chamber with the headmaster. Soon they are surrounded by some final order guards. R2 flies in and uses his tractor beam to lift a piece of machinery up and smash it into the guards. R2 is much more powerful now that he is flying. R2 takes off to the bridge. The headmaster is angry. Jessica.
Come on, Finn.
Jessica's eyes dart to the side. Finn looks at Jessica. Finn moves his lightsaber away from her and looks up at her. He slashes Jessica with his eyes. She watches his expression of, "You aren't the only one who can't move on." Poe climbs up the ramp to the chambers of the Star Destroyer. Poe comes running down from the hallway, holding out his hands.
Please help us.
Poe takes off his helmet.
It's me, Poe. I'm the scavenger.
The following shot is a freeze frame on Finn's face. He is terrified.
We've got a hostile crew racing towards us. The door's not gonna hold.
Another blast sounds inside the room, close enough that we see the smoke rising from one of the guns. They're now close enough that we can see the faces of KYLO Ren and his men emerging from the black energy warp storm. When they open fire, there's a bright flash of light that throws everyone off their feet. As the smoke clears, we see Poe's helmet lying in pieces. We see KYLO Ren pointing a lightsaber at our heroes. Poe holds up his hands.
No, I'm not your enemy. I will not fire on you.
KYLO looks at him, perhaps disbelieving.
Of course you won't fire on us. You are one of us. You were once a recruit. We trained you to be one of us.
I no longer serve you. You hated me for your own reasons. And I'm going to make damn sure you pay for what you did to those young men.
Luke Skywalker, once again in his brown robes, is walking towards the group.
Yeah.
Should have just kept looking at my script. That was on me. Okay. Luke Skywalker, once again in his brown robes, is walking towards the group. He looks around, seeing Poe, Finn, and Jessica. He turns and looks at KYLO Ren. R2 returns to life and directs Jessica, Poe, and Finn away. Then he shoots the headmaster with a blaster, killing him. Interior, Star Destroyer hangar, night. AHSOKA, Poe, and R2 help Jessica and Finn to the airlock.
R2, radio for a pick.
Interior, Star Destroyer private quarters, night.
One has to wonder what I'm doing here.
KYLO looks over to Luke, his lightsaber still in hand, his face dark.
I guess you're going to tell me I might be shocked. I wouldn't have expected such loyalty, especially from a spineless coward like you.
KYLO is getting angrier.
I am not your enemy.
You lie!
Search your bad feeling about this. You know it to be true.
As Luke continues to stare at KYLO, we see what appears to be KYLO's mask as an illusion. His face going blank, white smoke pouring out of his nose and mouth. The following shot is a freeze frame on Luke's face as KYLO's illusions appear on his body.
You won't let go.
No! I'm not the one who betrayed you!
The next shot is another freeze frame on Luke's face as Luke's fingers start to slide off his robe.
Then I was right. It is time.
KYLO Ren appears to be fading away, but the mask comes back on. The mask is that of Darth Vader. Skywalker turns to look at his father. Poe is heard over the ship's intercom as Rey emerges from the warp storm.
Our transport is here.
Yes, I see the ship is almost here. Don't wait. Fire now. I want them all to die.
Just as KYLO Ren is emitting smoke, the Star Destroyer begins to explode around him, but the beam of light and smoke is still being fired. Suddenly, Rey pulls them through the warp storm. Luke looks back through the opening at the Star Destroyer and it explodes in a massive ball of fire, and the sound of the explosion seems to make Rey flinch. Rey pulls the lightsaber up to her own face and stares at KYLO Ren's eyes.
What?
I love you too.
KYLO Ren, reappearing behind Rey, lifts his lightsaber and slashes down, but she blocks the blow. He pushes her off her feet and into the darkness.
Prepare to die, Skywalker! You would have killed me, you heartless monster! I wanted to live!
In your dreams, boy. I will make your dreams come true.
The final explosion goes off in a brilliant flash of light, causing Rey to scream, disintegrating KYLO Ren, and she collapses into the warp storm. The warp storm door suddenly slams shut behind her. Yeah, should we have a quick breather on that one, I think?
So much to ingest.
Yeah. So warp storms have doors.
They have doors.
Search your bad feeling about this is maybe the best line.
Yeah.
I just want to apologize for jumping the gun. I got a little too into the role. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine.
My quick question for the AI, if it could respond, is you've got a thing about shoving things in mouths, don't you, buddy? Like,
yeah, that's
There
like,
is some
where have they
sup-
got that from Star Wars? Like, does that ever happen?
Asphyxiation there. It's weird.
I'm not
Luke
familiar
with the
that.
bone and the rancor.
Oh yeah, true.
Where did the William Shatner come from?
Oh my god.
It's great. That was great,
Well done,
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. But
cracked
yeah,
up.
no idea why. We did nothing to say we didn't do that, and there's nothing in the scripts I would have thought would have made it do that. But the AI knows, and we do what the AI says. So yeah,
Maybe William Shatner paid them off to do it.
yeah, that's it. That's how Shatner's staying relevant.
Also, the chat has been great and also thoroughly confused.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm proud to play Luke Skywalker, guys.
Oh my god, yes.
They're
Hashtag
gonna-
my Luke Skywalker.
At this point, there's no one else that could have played the role.
So good. Oh my god, amazing. Okay, let's keep going. Interior, Jedi Academy hangar, night. The transport is landing. The group is eager to get off the ship and get into the planet. There's a view from the airlock. You can see R2 and Poe standing on the transport. The door opens and Poe and R2 run out into the space dock, carrying Finn and Jessica. The sky overhead swarms with Yuzan Vong raiders.
Aha!
We are not out of time.
A very angry bird-like creature flies in through the wall. It opens its beak and explodes. Rose consults her chief engineer.
We can take care of the remaining giant monkeys. The younglings can take care of the rest.
There's nothing I can do about those. It's time for a cleanup.
The guards open up a gate, revealing more than 100 monkeys.
This is not what I expected. They aren't part of the plan.
There's something to be said for that level of insanity. I hope to get to meet these people when we go there.
A cage door opens, and R2 and Poe emerge. Finn emerges next. The younglings have separated into teams, and each team is hunting separate monkeys. Finn and Poe each lead one team, while 3PO, R2, and Chewbacca lead others. Finn and his younglings run into a group of 6 monkeys and destroy them with a well-placed gas grenade. They turn around and see the rest of the teams finishing off the other groups.
I'm waiting for Youngling 1.
Who's Youngling 1?
Nikki?
Oh, I mean, oh, I didn't know I was in. Okay. Yay, we're together.
Yeah, we can have the, fight together.
A blast throws a huge rock into the area, separating the groups. A figure emerges from the rubble and blast smoke. It is Fabio, a Yuzan Vong leader.
I'm Fabio, the most beautiful Yuzhan Vong, prepared to be destroyed.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.
Rose presses a button on her utility belt. The sound of a pressurized door opening can be heard. Another figure comes from the opposing shadows. He pulls a lightsaber from his back and aims it at Fabio. His eyes are black and glow bright red. The man's eyes are like fire, ready to burn. It is Darth Maul. He rolls in and grabs Fabio's hand and picks him up as he shoots at Maul with a clay phoenix bullet, but misses.
No, not today, fool!
Rose blasts a Yuzan Vong ship with a blaster. Maul is at her side, still holding Fabio, who is flailing uncontrollably.
You will not succeed.
Yes?
Darth Maul begins to eat Fabio's hand.
We make quite the team, you and I.
Indeed. I, like your hair.
Darth Maul places Fabio in a makeshift rotisserie dashed with an assortment of spices.
Sorry. I'm picking that back up.
Spices. An assortment of spices.
All right. Join me, and together we can rule.
I thought you'd never ask.
Poe's group is in the capital. They've discovered that the younglings were taken by the Yuuzhan Vong. Exterior, warp storm, time unknown. In a room floating in space, the Supreme Chancellor enters. He's talking to Anakin.
I had a little trouble with the systems, but I think they're ready now.
Ready? The shields are all over the place. The bridge is jammed, and our defenses are useless.
We'll have to deal with that when we get there.
You can't just go in there and attack them. You'll need help.
I'm not here to get help.
The Chancellor walks towards a door. Anakin is walking towards it as well. It opens, revealing Ahsoka.
Anakin, this is just about you.
Anakin goes up to Ahsoka.
The night before you were to become a Jedi, we had a discussion about why you would abandon the Republic.
No, you didn't.
I did, and I understand your reasons.
The rebels were powerful, and the Death Star was the only weapon that could overpower them.
The rebellion didn't have me.
There's a certain amount of motivation that can be commuted when there's only one person who stands between light and dark.
I don't have the motivation. I only wanted to protect you. I know you have your reasons.
The reason is the same. The Jedi had started misusing the Force as a tool. The Empire used the Force to fight their wars.
The cause is the same.
The hate is the same.
The danger is the same.
And that's why you don't see me in the Jedi Order.
It's the same reason I'm going after the final hope of the Republic.
The Chancellor stands at the opening of the door.
Anakin, I know this must be difficult, but if you're not going to help me, I have no choice but to have you executed.
He disappears. Anakin turns to Ahsoka.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to save the Republic. I'm just going to do what's right.
The door closes. Ahsoka walks towards Anakin.
I know you're not going to leave.
Of course not. If you don't believe me, you're mistaken.
Ahsoka looks up.
Is it hard, living without hope?
It's what I've done for a long time.
I'm not asking you to leave.
I'm going with you.
You're insane. The Yuuzhan Vong is about to attack.
They're not going to defeat us. I can help.
If the Jedi don't save the Union, then I'm going to save it.
You won't. You can't.
I can't just give up. I won't.
Do you know what I see every time I close my eyes?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's the last thing I'll ever see.
No, you won't. You're not going to let this happen. This time, you have no choice. You tried to save me once. This time, you have to save the Ahsoka.
You don't have to do this.
I'm doing this for you. If I have to leave you, I'm doing it.
But you shouldn't have to.
I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for my Jedi, for my friends, for the cause. I have to. I love you, Anakin. I've loved you my whole life.
You're lying!
I am not lying. I have loved you all my life. I loved you before I met you. I loved you even before I was born. I will love you forever.
Then you're a fool.
What?
Anakin, listen to me. I have to try.
You have to do this.
I have to try.
You're in love with a Republic dissident.
I know I am.
This is impossible.
Listen to me. I love you.
Well, I don't love you.
It's all a lie. You do love me.
Yeah, you're right. I love you. I really do.
I'm sorry, Anakin. Now I don't want to go with you.
Anakin takes a step towards her. Ahsoka looks away.
No, you don't.
They kiss each other. The door opens and Obi-Wan enters, grinning. Obi-Wan walks over to Ahsoka. Ahsoka stops kissing Anakin and looks up.
Ahsoka, Anakin.
Obi-Wan smiles. Ahsoka looks away. Obi-Wan takes a step back. Anakin looks at Obi-Wan.
Anakin, what is it?
Ahsoka, please butt out.
Obi-Wan's hand goes to his ear, and Ahsoka's face changes from confused to happy.
Anakin, what's wrong?
Interior, warp storm, Mon Cala cruiser cockpit, wartime. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are in the cockpit. Ahsoka is in Anakin's arms. Anakin is dazed and confused.
Anakin. Oh, sorry. Anakin. Anakin, what is it?
I'm afraid.
I am not.
If you aren't, then don't try to stop me.
Why would I want to?
Because if you do, I won't be happy.
I'm happy.
You aren't.
That's not what I meant. I do love you. That doesn't change.
It doesn't matter what I want.
I'm sorry, Anakin. You were always going to do this.
Obi-Wan watches Ahsoka. She stares at Anakin. Obi-Wan pulls her off him.
Your thoughts dwell on your mother.
It's okay.
Obi-Wan stares at Anakin. Ahsoka is in his arms. Anakin reaches for her. His hand touches Ahsoka as she and Obi-Wan disappear.
Ahsoka!
Anakin stands alone on the deck. The ship flies off into the distance. That was excellent work by Anakin and Ahsoka there. Thank you guys. That's fantastic.
That was the most difficult thing not to laugh at.
I know. It's like, I gotta be serious here.
No.
He's throwing a freaking hissy fit. And I'm like, stop being a little shit. I love you. I still love you.
Let's see if there are any reactions.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
there's a reaction.
I was on behalf of every irrational male out there.
Right.
Also, Rose Tico
Oh, bless.
with the absolute best, weirdest tasted men in this one.
Like it's, yeah.
Yes.
True. What's the Mall Rose ship? What do we call that?
Malrose.
Yeah.
Melrose Place.
Just Melrose Place, yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay, right. Coming towards the, well, vaguely near the finale. We'll get there. Okay, exterior, warp storm, night, unknown planet. Memories surge into Anakin's mind as he appears outside a small structure. The building is ancient. A nearby amoeba cave is filled with escaping mist. Inside the cave is a man who is watching the whole scene unfold. It is Luke.
Who goes there?
Luke and Anakin are out in the open now. They are standing between the dark trees and starfields. As the sun begins to slowly creep up into the horizon, from the distance, Anakin can hear the sound of a droid voice. It is built of some rust-colored structures. The droid tries to talk to Luke. It speaks in the native tongue, the common tongue of both ancient and advanced planets. Anakin responds.
But why? She is one of my... I will protect her. Please, don't take her from me.
Luke, don't worry. She's okay. She's just gone through some things and needs time to heal.
But
trust me, you're not leaving her. She's a little attached to you.
When Luke steps forward, he sees the ghost of Ahsoka holding Anakin's lightsaber in her hands.
I'm sorry, Ahsoka. Did I do this to you? You are Ahsoka.
Luke is in the cave now, also holding his lightsaber. He touches Anakin's old lightsaber, and suddenly they appear in the throne room.
Anakin.
I'm here. I promise I'll be back.
Luke stands, holding the amulet of atonement. It is glowing fiercely. Someone else is in the central control room. The lights are bright. The cloaked figure is standing still and watching every move Luke and Anakin make. Luke moves forwards and looks inside the chamber. Anakin begins screaming in pain. The dark figure approaches from the other side of the chamber. Luke blanches at the sight, but holds his position. Anakin is kneeling in pain. He clutches at his chest. He raises his glowing lightsaber towards Luke. Luke makes a quick dash forward. His cloak is red.
You!
Oh, sorry. Luke mumbles to himself.
Luke, what?
As Luke moves towards Anakin, the black figure steps out of the shadows and also walks slowly towards Anakin. There is no emotion on his face. He looks calm, but the tension in his body tells a different story. Anakin's hands drops to his sides, and he looks up. When Anakin looks up, Luke sees that the figure appears to be pulling Anakin into an embrace.
Father!
As the figure takes Anakin by the shoulders, he stares intensely into Anakin's eyes. The flames in Anakin's eyes fade, and he looks back at Luke. Now Luke's eyes become bright red. They are now back on the unknown planet.
There is no time.
The figure looks towards the sunrise and begins to turn white. A shadow vibroblade in the figure's hands begins to glow bright red, and Anakin's hand begins to glow red. They both look to the blade. Anakin and the figure reach for each other. Both of them are fully charged.
I'm here.
I'm so sorry.
The figure and Luke both grab hands. The scarred, disfigured man grabs onto Luke's lightsaber and pulls Luke towards him. The figure removes a small speck of energy from the inside of his cloak. He puts it into the lightsaber, and it glows red. Luke takes a step closer, and Anakin faces them both. Anakin slowly stands up. He is shocked by how Luke's saber is glowing dark red and not green. He steps back from Luke.
How? It isn't possible. It isn't possible!
The lights in Anakin's eyes fade, and he looks back at the moon. Luke moves to stand next to Anakin.
Anakin? Anakin?
Anakin's head is down as Luke kneels next to him. The dark figure approaches. Luke, Anakin, and the scarred man are all in the moonlight now. The man is glaring at Anakin. From his cloak emerges a shadow. It steps towards Anakin, and Anakin meets its gaze. The man and the shadow's gaze are blank. The scarred man sneers.
Anakin! What is it?
Anakin looks between the two men in disbelief. His eyes widened. His voice is choked with emotion.
Luke, there's a lightsaber. The one!
Anakin begins to sweat. Sweat turns to panic. He slams his hand down towards the sky, cracking the surface of the distant moon. His eyes begin to water as he stands up straight and looks into Luke's eyes.
There's a lightsaber!
No! No!
The scarred man moves towards Anakin. His hand is covered in blood. Anakin begins screaming in pain again. Luke runs towards Anakin but cannot move fast enough. He slips. The scarred man smiles widely.
No!
The scarred man drags Anakin out of the door of the cave to face the moon. He swings open the door and Anakin's limp body falls. Luke's lightsaber is tossed into space. The door slams shut and Anakin's screaming fades away.
No!
The shadow man moves to the door. He slowly turns around to look at Luke, who is losing consciousness. The shadow wipes its hands on his cloak and reaches into Luke's cloak. Luke's eyes now turn red.
What now?
The shadow takes its hand away from Luke's cloak.
This is my other arm.
The shadow moves its right arm behind Luke's back, removing a small handheld device. A handheld device from Luke's robes, then holding the device up in front of Luke's face.
I thought you'd never.
It shows Luke the device and smiles.
I'm Luke.
Luke's eyes close. The shadow is now holding Luke's hand.
Do you feel it?
I thought you died.
Outside, the scarred man opens the cave door, and the figure slowly backs away as the shadow emerges. They stand close together, barely illuminated as a nearby torch burns on. They begin to circle each other.
I died.
I guess not.
The scarred man begins to sway, but holds his focus. The moon glows in the sky. The moon grows in the sky, but is slowly fading. The moon, the darkness, and Anakin's screams all fade. The men are still standing in a circle facing each other as they slowly back away from each other.
Oh, Jew. All the heroes will try.
Tears fill Anakin's eyes, but the scarred man doesn't blink.
Oh, the good ones are.
The shadow is breathing heavily, yet silent. As the figure slowly raises his hands, he closes his eyes and the figure shakes his head.
No!
The scarred man throws his hands up in the air.
My mouth is open and moving.
The scarred man and the shadow slowly move away from each other. The scarred man looks down and sees Anakin's broken body on the floor.
Skywalker. Skywalker.
The scarred man's eyes open wide, searing yellow.
Ooh, me?
The shadow is breathing heavily.
No. Who are you?
I'm Anakin. Anakin Skywalker.
The scarred man closes his eyes. His hands are shaking.
Oh, come on.
The scarred man laughs and spits in Luke's face.
Pathetic.
That was disgusting.
The scarred man looks at Luke's hand that's resting on the chest of the shadow figure.
How did this happen? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Luke looks at his hand on the shadow figure's chest.
My father?
The scarred man looks over to Luke and chuckles.
Who would have thought?
My father is the greatest hero to ever live.
Now you think you're going to be the one to make him a hero again.
Luke closes his eyes. His hand slowly lowers and his smile returns.
This time, I'm gonna finish what you started.
Oh, come on.
Who? What?
The scarred man shoots lightning at Anakin.
Oh, come on!
The scarred man lunges at Luke's neck and turns him towards Anakin's lifeless body. He holds his hand towards Anakin's body, still emitting lightning.
Anakin, I was not to try to kill you.
The scarred man closes his eyes. His hands slowly raise. Anakin and the shadow are breathing heavily. The moon continues to fade in the sky.
Anakin! 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 Anakin!
The scarred man stares at Luke with a blank expression as his eyes begin to fade. The shadow breathes heavily. The moon fades in the sky. The sun rises.
My name is Darth Vader.
It's treason, then.
The scarred man raises his hands as if to crush Anakin. As he brings them down, Luke calls out,
Father!
The scarred man freezes in place. Now he reaches for his vibroblade. As he touches the blade, his vision sees inside Anakin's mind. Luke quickly draws his own blade and moves quickly to block the attack. They attack each other with ferocious speed. Luke rolls to his right and dodges an incoming blow. He brings his saber to 1/4 staff and slices the scarred man's chest. He falls, stunned. Luke leaps up and falls forward and throws his weapon down. Luke and the man fall back, rolling out of the shadows. Luke grabs Anakin's hand.
My name is Luke Skywalker. I am the last of the Jedi. Come with me, please.
Anakin stands.
Of course. That sounds delightful.
Luke looks up at the moon. He sees an opening in the clouds. He takes his saber and begins to lead them on the quickest retreat he can. Anakin gasps as the darkness begins to creep over him.
No, not again! I can't!
Luke clutches his saber in one hand and pulls Anakin towards him.
Keep moving!
As Anakin is pulled closer to Luke, the scarred man reaches out and grabs his wrist. His grip is brutal. As the scarred man lifts him high up into the air with the Force, Luke continues to pull Anakin along.
We need to go, now!
I know!
Anakin falls to the ground, exhausted.
I must do this first.
Luke and Anakin begin to separate. Luke watches as the scarred man steps forward. It isn't until he sees the man take his hand off the hilt of his saber that Luke realizes what the dark man is about, or what the dark figure is about to do.
I'm Skywalker. It's okay.
The shadow moves closer to Anakin.
Anakin, I'm Luke. Hang on. It's me. Luke, you will.
The scarred man looks up at the final moon. His silhouette seems to diminish slightly before he turns his back to the moon and lights his blade on fire.
Anakin, I'm sorry. Anakin, I thought I could.
Luke, it's okay. You don't have to say it. You don't have to be sorry. I am Skywalker, Jedi Master.
The moon begins to explode in red and gold. The shadow and Anakin appear as one, as Anakin slashes the scarred man, one slash after the other. The shadow steps forth, rushing at the scarred man. The scarred man rushes to get away, while Anakin moves first.
No, this cannot be. Treason! Senate.
The scarred man moves to avoid Anakin. Luke blocks the scarred man's path. The shadow grabs the scarred man around his hands, holding him still. We hear Anakin's voice.
Thank you, Luke. You were the reason I was able to save you both. Thank you, Luke. You didn't have to come save me.
Anakin, it's okay.
Luke, look at me. Look at me, please.
Luke turns to face Anakin. Anakin is breathing heavily, and his tears streaming down his face.
I thought you wouldn't be here.
Of course. I'm here now.
I tried to change myself. I wasn't trying to be like you.
No, you did that to help me.
Luke lowers his saber and gently places the hilt in Anakin's hand. The two men stare at each other for a moment. Luke places his own hand on Anakin's back.
But I didn't have time to grow. I didn't have time to become a Jedi you thought I was.
No, of course not. I thought.
The moment is too much.
Treason. It is treason, Master Jedi.
Luke looks at Anakin. Anakin looks at the Shadow. Anakin and the Shadow have their sabers raised in front of them.
This is the end, then.
The end.
Anakin is pale as the moon. As Anakin and the Shadow strike down and the scarred man together, color returns to Anakin's body. The moon and the Shadow have both disappeared. The sun rises over the horizon. Anakin and Luke begin to walk towards the light. To go where they believe they will give Anakin a better life. The light blinds Anakin as he steps forward. Interior, Jedi Academy, daytime. A group of students huddle around the floor. Leia Organa and CHEWBACCA look down at Rey, passed out on the floor in the center of the group, and she smiles. Rey wakes up to the commotion of a fight breaking out.
Master Organa?
I guess we'll have to teach the whole academy to fight. Chewie, you take the other group through their drills.
One of the Padawans grabs a lightsaber and begins swinging it around wildly. Leia slams her lightsabers down and the green light begins to hum. She seems almost to be humming in a hypnotic way as her lightsabers swirl around her. The Padawan attacks her, their lightsaber glowing a light purple color.
You must complete your training.
Rey sees movement in a dark corner of the training room.
Master Organa?
A shadowy figure steps towards Rey and Leia. Rey has her guard up. Its eyes glimmer white and it disappears. When it vanishes, it reappears right next to Rey. The shadow leans down next to Rey. She looks at the shadow, then back to Leia. It is Ben Solo.
Ben!
Where have you been?
I don't...
Ben, I didn't expect to see you again.
Rey turns around to walk away. Ben hugs Chewie, then sits down on a bench in the corner of the room. Ben is wearing a pair of sweatpants and a black top. He isn't wearing any shoes.
Don't mind me, Master. I'm in this academy to fulfill my destiny as a Jedi Master and a father figure to younglings who follow in my footsteps. I don't know about your plans for the future, but my destiny has little to do with any of it.
You sure you're just here for the Jedi training?
Leia walks over to Rey. Rey turns to face Ben. Leia locks eyes with Ben.
You're a Jedi Knight? Teach.
Rey is shocked.
You've been here for a year, Ben. You've never come to talk to me like this before. Why now? It's not like you've developed any relationship with Rey.
Rey is shaken.
Why did you decide to talk to me now?
Because you're just so obvious.
Rey gives him a look of annoyance.
But I see you have some kind of plan. I have to teach my apprentice to not get distracted by her emotions. She's passionate and will get her heart broken. She's got a lot of stuff to deal with, and I'd like to help her.
Rey is very shocked. She's been so consumed by her emotions that she hadn't thought about how she got there. She just wants to let the Force guide her, as it always has. She doesn't even know if Ben has feelings for her.
What if I can't teach you to live in the moment?
Rey is shocked.
You can't always follow the path that you've been given.
Rey seems not to respond.
So, what's your plan?
Rey can't help but burst out into a massive smile. She ignites and points her lightsaber at Ben.
You're about to find out how good I am at it.
Ben appears confused.
But you won't get away this time.
Oh!
Rey disappears into thin air. As she reappears, her eyes go white and her hands glow. She slowly approaches Ben. When she gets close to him, the light increases and swirls in the air around them as they are facing off.
I was never meant to save anyone. I was always meant to kill them. Nothing you can do can change that.
Even if I was trying to help.
Ray stops and stands in front of Ben, with a very confident look on her face as she starts to pull the Force around her. The Force takes form in her hands, and as she holds Ben against the wall, Ben is noticeably stirred.
So that's how it's going to be, huh? I'm the man in the hood, and you are just the girl.
Ray pauses and slowly steps back to leave. After a moment, Ben moves to regain his footing. He looks to Leia.
She would do that.
Ray puts her hand on the hilt of her lightsaber and stops. They stare at each other for a long moment, then both can't help but to break into wide smiles. Ray reaches out her hand to him, and he takes it.
After all I've been through, what could be so wrong with a little personal conflict?
We zoom out and pan up. Ray and Ben stand amidst a sea of Padawans and their teachers in this yet unknown Jedi facility, closing on Leia, looking on at the new hope for the galaxy. The end.
Yay!
Oh my God, guys! I'm taking a fucking bow.
Yeah, please take a bow.
I like the AI is like Raylo, and also, where did Ben come from after all this time?
Oh man, this was the most fun I've ever had live streaming. It was great.
Oh, God, that was good. Excellent work, everyone. Again, excellent images. Yeah, oh my God, perfect. Great. Fantastic. Can't speak highly enough. Love that ending. I love that Luke and Anakin ending. Great.
Fading into the white light together.
I didn't read that. I didn't read that far down into the script. I didn't know there was that moment between Ahsoka and Anakin and Luke and Anakin. I was just like, wow, this is deep. This is deep.
Yeah. Good.
That the Anakin Luke thing appeared in the AI about 3/4 of the way through generating everything. And so like we had this scratch document where we were just dumping stuff into it. The Rey Ben Solo thing appeared halfway through generating it, and I know people are going to go like, oh no, that's just fanfic, but no, there's only a couple of things that we changed, and it was grammar. It was mainly grammar. Molly's line, like we had to embellish when you say that you're going to show how good you are at it. We put the quotation around that. It just said that, and I was like, "Come on, that is innuendo."
It's perfect.
So
Like,
what in the doohickey damn happened to Finn? Like where did
dude, I got
Jessica?
questions,
Like where's Poe?
I got big questions.
Yes,
I think once they'd fought in the Great Monkey War, that was like the end of their plot line, I think. I think that's probably there. Maul and Rose went off.
I know, Rose has the worst taste in men. She likes the bad boys.
I know. It's like, what's up with Rose here?
Rose is my favorite villain now.
It reflects your life.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to play Creature for you guys there.
Ah, yes, thank you for that.
Yeah,
I think that's it. Once
was
the Monkey
so good.
War happened, that took a lot of the characters. That was the end of their plot. Like
Can
what
we
happened
confirm
to
that Finn Poe is real, right? Because they've gone off together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica was there too.
Yes.
Be a
Fabio
frapple.
ended up cooked.
Oh,
I ad-libbed that little. You actually, Matt, that was your idea when you sent me that Fabio video where I was like, Fabio, the most handsome girl.
that in there, I had to. Yeah, I had to hold myself in. I was just like, "Oh, he did it."
I also didn't expect cannibalism in the script.
Maybe that's like they've taken that from Return of the Jedi. They've like that's in the script and sort of the
the rotisserie, I guess.
Yeah, the Ewoks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, what the heck?
Canon.
But why rotisserie? Like it.
Where's he taking that word from?
A rotisserie.
and assorted spices. And assorted
yeah. It's like the AI knows about Colonel Sanders or something. It's ridiculous. Oh God. All right. So we've got a little bit more to get through because we've got some announcements and things like that we're gonna talk about. So before we do that, I just want to thank every single person that's been in the live chat and has come along to these things. It is, it's been overwhelming for us. Like, I mean, you get maybe about 100 people watching this thing live at any time, but in the past 2 weeks, like part 1 is getting close to 30,000 views, which is, it's the most views we've ever had. I mean, we sit in hundreds normally, which is, it's nuts. So the feedback's been really great. Obviously, as someone that, Sean and I run the channel, and we're all in this stream here. We're all channel or podcast creators, and sometimes thinking about like, what's your thing? What's the thing that you want to try and do and separate yourselves with is difficult. So like, this has been amazing because we've always wanted to do fiction stuff, and this has been a really great segue into it. So we are going to do a hell of a lot more of it, and obviously we announced last time that we've got this thing coming up. Sorry, it's going a little bit slow. So our next AI project, the script is about it's about 9/10 done. It's all in the right order. It was, I gotta say,
it took some work to kind of move scenes around and make them work, but I will just say Boba Fett is just what the AI did with that character is beyond. It was I was crying when I was trying to explain that to Matt, how good it was. But you'll see.
It's going to have to come with trigger warnings, I swear.
That's how intense it is.
So obviously Solo, we're doing that soon. We're going to try and get that all done, obviously, because Sean's about to have his first child. And so after Solo 2 is done, we are going to move back to quarterly release stream for these things. So what was our quarterly live stream that we would do, not the patron one still happens, but the one for the public is going to be AI projects. So we haven't decided which one of these we're going to do first, but here are the first.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh my god.
So,
I hope the end more is a Rose TICO rom-com. With the
the people in the comments are calling for. I've seen Fabio a Star Wars story. So
thank you very much. I do my best.
So obviously Solo's happening now. You can guess Solo has CHEWBACCA in it. So we've all spoken about this offline, and obviously the invitation to everyone here is completely open, that wherever we generate something, if your character, any character that you've played, comes back up, we'd like you to return, obviously.
Yes. Let me just
now
do this. Yeah, let's go.
And there's another little invitation that I wanted to put out. Sean and I wanted to put out to you both, and this is particularly for new characters that the AI created, and also any existing character that gets some really ridiculous new information. We would like you to help us come up with a backstory, because something that happens with the AI is it as you would see with the script, like at the start of it, it's dialogue, and it transitions and it becomes more narration. You almost wish it was the other way around, that it would come up with story and stuff like that to fill in some of these gaps. So there's all these gaps when characters come in. We don't know who people are. I mean, Jedi Jessica, Alice has sort of come up with her own backstory to it, and it was actually you answering that on your own podcast. I just thought everyone that has a new character should come up with their own backstory for it. and we should keep track of that. And so we were thinking, well, how do we keep track of something like this? Because we're going to have these stories and this like weird fan fiction-y kind of canon, I guess. And so we've decided that we're going to keep track of it with this.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Listen, Matt,
Yes!
and before this leaves, I saw Polar Noir has a great idea you need to put in your back pocket. Holiday special for next Christmas.
For next Christmas?
Yeah, yes, of course. That does make a lot of
Yes,
sense.
that is good. That is good.
That's a good one.
Oh, and thank you, Cuthbert.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's basically what we've decided we're going to do. We're going to put the stories, the backstories, who played it, and I guess kind of like all the little history of this, and keep track of it using a wiki. It seems like the most likely way to do it. And yeah, so that's going to be a bit of an evolving project. Yeah, Sean, if you've got any comments that you want to bring them up.
Oh yes, no, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I need to find a backstory for the they're dead, sir guy.
Yes, please do.
He needs a
and the
The
monkey
creature.
Yes,
Yeah.
Art, the monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, like we need
I want to know about the younglings too.
Yeah, too.
There's tons of characters, all right, and like I'm gonna say it's not listed in the and more, but I think that Jar Jar needs to have a little bit more of a backstory because like we need any excuse to get Alex to do that voice again.
The greatest character
Somehow.
My ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ah, dear.
Oh man.
And yeah, so before we get into the Q&A, the last couple of little announcements. So to go along with all of this, particularly for patrons, we've updated our Patreon and we've now got tiers. We didn't have tiers before. We were just like, look, if anyone wants to throw anything down on this, cool. But we're going to be putting a lot of effort into this. And so we wanted to have ways of making it a bit more worthwhile. So new patron tiers. Everyone's going to have access to live Q&As with us every quarter. And as we're doing video essay work, you'll still get early access to that. And we promise we'll get a little bit better at actually releasing stuff early for you guys rather than, us staying up till midnight, 3 nights in a row to get it all out there. Everyone will have their credits at the end of all of the essay work that we do. Tier 2 will get all of the future screenplays. So right now, everyone gets every patron gets the episode 10 screenplay with illustrations. And we'll be working on the audio version of this in the gap as well. So it won't come out straight away. We're going to do a little bit of work on it and clean up the audio and maybe add some sound effects. But tier 3 is kind of the interesting one. We thought, why don't we just replace some of the AI names? Because a lot of the time it generates names like John, Craig, Natalie, like that sort of thing. We kept Jessica because it was great. But when it keeps doing it, we thought, well, it's giving it great dialogue and we can just do a find and replace. So on tier 3, we'll name a character after you in the Banthaverse. And we'll also give you voting rights on any of the new stuff that we're going to do, and you'll help craft which order it comes out in. So that's pretty much all of the announcements that we had. And so if anyone can stick around for Q&A, if you've got any questions for us about how this all comes about or how it all works, fire away. The live chat's open. And guys, if you can hang around, great. If any of you need to go as well, please let me. Please don't feel like you have to stick around. Like we can hang around and we can do this all day.
Yeah, I do have to go, but this was so much fun. Thank you guys for inviting me to come do this. Everyone was fantastic. Glad that we could give you this grand finale on one screen.
Yeah, that was so good. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Banthaverse.
I'll back over to my cave. I'll be back on.
Actually, I heard a Banthaverse explained subgroup of the Starburst explained.
Yeah, that's what
I saw someone put that in the chat. I think it's a great idea.
Love it. Love
Can
it.
anyone
All
actually
right.
explain it?
Nice
See
job,
you, Molly.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Molly.
Hello.
Oh, you all.
Oh,
please
go on
marry.
then, Phil.
Go on, mate.
Phil, maybe? What passport do you have? Can we get anywhere?
Yeah, I don't think we can travel.
Yeah.
I'll marry anyone in New
Diplomatic
Zealand.
community.
How many carrots is it gonna be? That's all I want to know.
Oh god. All right. So here's a good one. Is it going to be more raw? Rose Mall. Ooh, I think there's going to have to be.
I'm ready.
Morning relationship.
I've pitched
I
a
need
bunch
to know.
of
I need
ideas
to know what
for
happens.
episode 11, guys. I think we'll have to.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I guess like some just for anyone that hasn't watched all the behind the scenes stuff, like with the AI, we can give it all the context that we want. So if we want to do a story that is Rose and Mole, we can do that. We just have to write a paragraph or two to say this is what's happened, and then maybe prior to it we might give it this script. And I think that's going to be the real fun thing, is if we start doing stuff that exists in the future of this episode 10 fanfic, then we have to feed it the episode 10 script so that it knows what has happened.
Oh my god. Yeah. Please do
So,
that.
yeah. So prediction is it's going to just get a little bit nuts. Like it wasn't already.
And I was gonna say, and you would consider this what now?
So this was completely perfect and made
If
perfect
Jar Jar
sense.
Jedi comes back and there's a love triangle, I'm not going to
I
complain.
mean, I don't know if I could
Make
do
a
that
note.
voice for a whole movie, but seeing the backstory for Rose and Jar Jar Jedi, what went wrong there? I'd be down for that.
He can mend
Yeah.
fences.
That's
He's
so
trying
many
to mend
questions.
fences.
So many questions. Someone in the chat was asking for like a Ben Solo Finn fight. or
Fight
something.
movie.
I guess we're
Like
fighting
Kong
over
versus
Ray.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
We can do it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, there's, it's the thing I've noticed about the AI. Like, we didn't tell it Yuzhan Vong, right? We didn't tell it that. It came up with that itself. In the Solo script, it came up with a few things related to some Legends characters. I think, like, it brought in some. Like,
Does
the
it
ship
gibble?
they fly
It
on.
mentions the Ebon Hawk, which is the spaceship from Knights of the Old Republic. And with the
Oh.
Solo script, we couldn't give it a full script because we couldn't find the Solo script. So I had to like write Solo script. Like we had the transcripts, and I took the most pivotal scenes and turned them into screenplay. And it just did it. It just worked it out. It was pretty incredible. Like some of the characters, it's pulled out of nowhere. Also, there are characters called Mike and Troy and that kind of thing. But yeah,
And Jessica.
and Jessica, the best.
So, what's Jessica's backstory for? Like, how did you get Jessica?
Jessica's on this elite version of Coruscant where it's less crowded and shit. Sorry. And everyone watches reality TV shows all day, and I can walk my little chihuahua on a leash in the park and just be like, hey, Jessica, what's up? That's hot.
You won't find me in the Undercity.
We got the penthouse because that's the best in Upper Coruscant.
I feel like Jessica and Fabio would have been a great team.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We could have joined forces.
Yeah, we could totally join forces and then watch The Simple Life.
Oh my god.
Hey, Rick, to answer your question, they're live now. Like, so they're all up there right now. What's this one here? Banthaverse versus Legends.
Oh, if we're doing this for like years and years and years, and then we end up kind of doing one where it is like the end game version of the Banthaverse, and it's just like portals open, it's Jar Jar Jedi, Jessica, Grang, Drooly.
Warp storm.
Yeah,
that's
all
Warp
warp
Storms.
It would be like Star Wars, the warp storm or something.
Explodes.
But like, it does love just bringing the Emperor back in as many different forms as humanly possible. Like we found that was quite.
So context on that, it brought back the Emperor all by itself. It brought back this guy named the Scarred Man, and it gave the Scarred Man, or it brought in this character called the Scarred Man, and the Scarred Man had a couple of lines that were just really like the Emperor. And then the Emperor was in the same scene. And so we just merged them. We were just like, well, okay, there's all this weird metaphysical stuff happening. They're in a cave in a warp storm. There's amoebas in the cave. Like, and we're like, no, let's not have Charlie doing two voices for the same character. It's the same. So like we make decisions like that all the time with it, where we just go, nah, it's giving Palpatine lines to just this other thing. And in this case, it was the Scarred Man, and we decided we'll go with Scarred Man. We'll keep it. The AI for all it does, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous sometimes. Like Mike and Troy,
yeah. They're spoilers for Solo 2. Mike and Troy, you'll see.
Yeah, really ridiculous. All right. Let's how are we all doing? Shall we wrap this up? I'd say we've pretty much gone through everything. If anyone's got any final questions, please let us know quickly before we go. Otherwise,
leave a comment on the video and I'll get back to you. One of us will.
We're pretty good at it. Wendy says Scarred Man is like your very own X-Files character. Yeah.
I will say this is a very good question to end on, yeah. Yes, lots and lots and lots of fun.
Absolutely.
Too much
so
fun.
much.
Yeah.
You don't know how long I practiced that William Shatner impression.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a big ask, and we apologize for that. That's a lot of.
I was reading the script,
to ask you to impersonate two characters at the same time.
Yeah, I only read my parts this time, and when I saw that, like impersonating William Shatner, I was just like, "How's he gonna do this?"
Well,
I'm so glad that happened. I was going to use one of ORD TR'ACAR's voices as I was going to do William Shatner. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I stuck with Randy Savage.
No, Matt asked me like, "Hey, do you mind playing this one?" I'm like, "I have the costumes to all of them, so don't worry."
Yeah.
When she came on camera as Luke, moment. Oh my god, that was.
I was kind of holding it together, and then when I looked up and it was just there, I was like, "Oh, too much." That was my favorite moment, I think, of the whole thing.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Round the room for everyone. We'll go clockwise then. So that was Sean's favorite moment. Charlie, what was your favorite moment from the whole thing?
There were so many favorite moments. It's hard to pinpoint every single one. But that really dramatic scene between Ahsoka and Anakin was a highlight. Purely to see how well you guys were doing it. And then some of that like dialogue, I think Ahsoka disappears and then comes back and someone gets stabbed in the hand. It's pure. I mean, eat your heart out, everyone else. Oscars all around.
Thank you, Charlie.
Claire?
I'm very biased because I was going to say that too, partially because I apologize. One human did get a sneak peek at the script, and that was Corey Van Dyke last night. We were sitting on the couch, and I'm like, this is what I have to read tomorrow. And we were just dying laughing, and it took a lot of effort to keep it serious, but I'm just like, this is what I have to go with now. I'm an AHSOKA stan officially, so I think that was my favorite moment. Good times.
Chris.
Hashtag Finn Stairs.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, that was funny. I'm really glad that StreamYard kept up, because like towards the end there, it was starting to get a bit slow as I was trying to switch between things. But when it was switching between the stairs, oh god, I was really glad I was off screen because I was dying. I was just dying. Oh, Dan, what about you?
I actually love hashtag Finn Stairs. That's definitely it. And also being completely surprised by the Anakin Ahsoka thing. I was like, oh, this is happening. Okay. But all of it was so good. But yeah, those two moments definitely.
Nikki?
It's hard to pick one because I feel like I've seen 8 movies with just this one thing. I think for me, a real standout moment was the Fincest moment of the "I'm your brother, I love you." Just that was a real knockout punch right there.
Alice?
Yeah, for me, the most memorable is some roast jar when Laura was just like, I will sit here and watch my ex die slowly. There's nothing funnier than that.
Like from this one, I did love Finn stares because each time Chris did it, he got closer and closer, like staring at you. And then my favorite was Ahsoka when she goes, "I'm doing this for you." Pause. I'm not doing this for you. I'm just like, make up your mind. That's it.
Alex, I think for this one, the AI, for all its faults, I feel like nailed Anakin saying things like, I do not have a brain, or want to see something that's going to get me killed. Like I can see him saying that line in the Clone Wars and then ripping his shirt off and just trying to shove it in his mouth. Like
Totally Anakin.
Yeah. Want to see something that's going to get me killed? Here I go.
When I was chopping together the recap video, that was really, like I said in the private chat, that it was difficult because there's so much in it that I was like, oh, that's funny, and like, I was like, oh no, like what do people need to know to understand the story? But I think some of Laura's lines, some of my favorite, like the final order never stops ordering. I lose it.
She said that so many times. I'm like, they should have a drinking game just for that.
Oh, and what trust your bad feeling about this is God,
that was
funny.
They got the line in and in a new way. That's impressive.
What was Finn's version of it during the flashback? It was
looks like they had a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, the dead stormtroopers. Oh god, I laughed so hard on that, and like just the entire concept of a Yuzon Vong version of Emperor Palpatine that's trying to kill the new Union with giant monkeys.
Yes. Yes, it all makes sense.
One of my favorite lines in this reading is when Palpatine, for some reason, gets really like mocking at Anakin. Is like, "I think I found your friends."
Yeah, monkeys. So good, so good. And that line, the creature has like, is it meat or something?
Yeah, it's meat.
So good. And yeah, bias. The rotisserie thing is, yeah.
And
oh my god.
honorable mention has to go to Darth Vader and Kylo Ren.
Of course, yeah. Trying to kiss.
The kissing.
It's
Oh my
romantic.
god.
Very romantic.
You gotta give it up to Matt. You gotta give it to Matt for making me do Peter Griffin for the creature. That was all his idea.
Do they all sound that way? Like, do they all have variants of Peter Griffin?
They should all be Peter Griffin. Start
what?
like eating people.
I love that yours. This is my hand. This is my other hand.
Yes.
I have to say, I loved Matt's headmaster voice. It's so like drawn out. It's so good.
What will we learn?
Oh god.
I feel like the Pope hat needs its own card, though. Honestly, that's like my favorite.
The Pope hat was great.
Love it.
God.
Amazing.
Yeah. So good. Best ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of the jar what do we call it? Jar Rose?
Rose jar.
Rose Jar, and Rao. That's like,
Wow.
Yeah.
yes.
Going with Jessica still, even though he made her cry.
I'm still a big fan of the Vader KYLO one from part 1.
I just like were they both wearing helmets when he tried to kiss him? Like were they matching helmets
flying together?
Amazing. As someone who's my sequel trilogy ship was Finray. If there was to be anything to be shipped, the Fincest is killing me. That is my favorite. So Finn, I am your brother. Like that's my favorite.
I'm not your brother.
I'm not. I'm like
Nobody knows.
One? This is very important before
I'm
we
so
make
confused.
this decision.
I think like Finn anyone because he was just like, let me go over here, let me talk to this one. He was all over the place, man.
Not enough Claude.
Yeah.
Claude is
Oh God. Here, I like this one. Yeah, really good.
It was very
Yeah,
chat.
man.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
Well, that was quite good with the Emperor, where he just became a prequel meme, where it's like, no, treason, Senate.
Yeah, Senate.
Hold on, there's a question here. Okay, so Splash and Skills. We didn't build it. It pre-exists. It's an AI that is supposedly designed for writing scripts. It's called InfoKit. We did a little video about it. So the AI exists. It can be custom programmed, but we don't know how to do that. So the idea of it is you give it what you want it to learn, and then you tell it to go, and it struggles along, and eventually it gets it.
That's awesome.
Short version of it. I got a question though. Like no disrespect to InfoKit. I mean, this wouldn't exist without it. But like, who decides they want in the real world to have an AI write their script for them? I mean, I know it's probably just an experiment, and but is someone
People
out there like
determine.
using this, going, "Oh, I really just can't end this screenplay. Let's just do it."
It's like in cartoons, when people would go in the alley of their school and there'd be someone with a trench coat open it with like old tests. Like that, but for screenplays.
I feel like people have deadlines. Like, I have a deadline. Okay, I'm just gonna get this done.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta get going, but
cool.
Thank you so much for having me on and doing this. I had the most fun with all of you. This is great. All of this podcast collaboration, it was spectacular. I love it so much. Just the time got away from me here, but this was
good,
awesome, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
See you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks for the warp storm.
Bye, everybody.
Into the warp storm.
Anakin explodes.
I am the prequel creator of memes.
Affects nothing.
Let's I think we've hit the 2-hour mark, so let's head off. Let's let everyone go and enjoy their evenings, their day. We'll bring everyone out of this hypnotic state that is the AI episode 10, and sync back to reality. For everyone that's been watching, thank you. If you want the screenplay, head over to Patreon. It's there, and if you're watching this and you're a new subscriber, please hit the thumbs up on it and subscribe. Like, if you want to see more of this stuff, that's the only way that you're going to get to see it. And if you want to tweet about it, make sure you use the hashtag so we can find it. We'll be checking that hashtag just to see if anyone has any things that they want to say about it. And as we head off, I just want to say again, thank you, cast, crew. Thank you.
Thank you.
Being incredibly patient
having me,
as
man.
we work through all of this stuff. It's been amazing. Thanks for making this work. Like, you made it work.
Definitely.
Cool. And
so now, into the warp storm.
Into the warp storm.
Oh man.
And as we head off, we will sign off by saying thank you to our patrons. You're all named there, every single one of you. We really appreciate it. Obviously we can't do this stuff without you, because all of it costs a bit. So anyway, thank you very much. Head over to Patreon and see what the tiers are and if any of that interests you. And thanks everyone. Have a good day, good evening, and we will see you on Feb 27 for Solo 2.